We're driving a major effort around increasing energy efficiency in our homes and businesses. It is quite clear that we can't achieve our goals unless we drive a major change in the way we use energy. And you can take it as good news or bad news, but the United States actually has an above-average opportunity to improve energy efficiency in both the business sector, in the commercial sector, in the industrial sector, and in the home sector. And I think the opportunities really to drive energy efficiency across the economy, not only deploying existing technologies, because we have a whole set of very high return current technologies, but also innovating new technologies in the way we use buildings and fundamentally transform the way we use energy across the country. We're on the way to demonstrating that carbon capture and sequestration can be economical within a decade. This is something that the Secretary is very, very committed to doing. We have now a set of proposals in place that are going to capture and sequester 12 million tons a year of CO2. We're testing a broad range of technologies because it isn't clear which of those technologies works, but what's quite clear is that by testing a broad range of technologies at scale, we have the real potential to demonstrate that several of them will work. And then you look at what we're doing in ARPA-E, in the Advanced Research Projects Agency for Energy, and the opportunity to bring biological processes into the carbon capture world, to begin to take some of the enzymes that your lungs use to capture CO2 and apply that in a CO2 capture environment, and you see the ability to make a order of magnitude improvement in the performance of that a decade out. And then we're expanding, we're driving quite aggressively to build out the smart grid infrastructure. I always joke that the last time the U.S. actually invested an appropriate level in the U.S. grid infrastructure, I was 5 years old. And that was a time when we were just, we'd all roll into the kindergarten classroom and we'd watch some of the Apollo moonshots land. So it's a long time ago since we've actually invested adequately in our infrastructure. And oh, by the way, we can't achieve our goals in renewables, we can't achieve our goals in transportation unless we actually see the grid at a level of sophistication able to integrate those kind of technologies. It's the classic system integration challenge that energy faces. And amidst all this, we're really trying to make sure that we continue to up the level in basic science and research. The United States has a fundamental competitive advantage driven around innovation because we actually drive more basic research than any other country in the world. And what we have to do is continue that process and then accelerate the pace of translating that research into technologies, into commercialization now into the marketplace. So if we look forward, we have one clear challenge ahead of us. We've made a down payment. We've made a down payment on a journey. If you think about even the large amounts that we've been able to do under the Recovery Act, it is just a down payment of 5 or 10% on a journey that the nation is beginning. If we want to achieve our energy and environmental goals, we need to pass comprehensive energy and climate legislation, and we need to do it now. I was privileged to go down about a month ago to see one of the last shuttle launches, and what was interesting is at 6 o'clock, 6:20 in the morning, we had an 8-minute launch window, and I sort of feel like right now we've got about an 8-week launch window in which we can actually get something done here. But we remain optimistic that if we can define the rules appropriately, we can drive the next generation of job creation. As we look to make this shift from this down payment into the private sector, what's quite clear, and Larry Summers was actually quite eloquent on this about 6 weeks ago, this is the next opportunity for job creation and capital formation. But unless businesses have clear rules by which to operate, the capital is going to stay on the sidelines. We need clear rules, and if we have clear rules, the capital will move into the marketplace, and we'll be able to achieve our goals much faster and much cheaper than the market currently expects because of the innovation that's going on in this sector. So with that, perhaps I'll end and let you go back to this great set of booths, and you have a range of some of the best technology in the marketplace represented here today, and so I hope you get a chance to walk around the room and really take full advantage of this. The Secretary talks about this as the next industrial revolution, and I think that he's right. And if we can drive the kind of capital formation, the kind of productivity improvement, and the kind of innovation that marked the last industrial revolution, we have a real ability to lead the global economy on the path towards a much